Assalamu alaikum. I am Hashmi and I am your maths tutor for the Intermediate Math Part 1 series. Today we have a second lecture for this series, and today I am going to explain the categories for the real numbers. In previous video we have discussed with the very simple definition for the real numbers and the number system. And don't forget, we also understand in the last video what the decimal is and how many types we have in decimal numbers. Okay, so let's discuss with the categories of the real numbers. So real numbers can broadly be categorized as rational number and irrational number. Rational numbers. In irrational number we have square root of 2, square root of 3 and one special number like pi. Okay, so these numbers cannot be defined as a fraction p by q, where q is not equal to 0, and here p is the numerator and q is the denominator. Okay, and these numbers can also be non-terminating. I've already explained in the previous video. So the irrational numbers are non-terminating numbers and non-recurring number. Okay, so what the terminating numbers and recurring numbers? And non-terminating means there is no limit for a number to be n. Okay, like square root of 2, 1.4, 1, 4, and it is going to be continuing. Okay, so this number is not going to be an end. So we have special name for this type of numbers. We have non-terminating decimal number. And so non-recurring means there is no specific pattern for these numbers to have to be repeat. Okay, so the numbers which is not going to be terminate and not going to be repeat in a specific pattern is called the irrational numbers. So here the rational numbers are broadly classified as the fractions like p by q. Fractions like p by q are the integers. So fraction like p by q, we can have an example like this: 2 by 3 or minus 17 by 13. So here the numerator 2 is numerator and 3 is denominator. So numerator and denominator are integers. Okay, and we look like this: denominator now equal to 0. Okay, and p and q. Okay, so p and q cannot be like this: square root of 2, square root of 3, and square root of are the special number like pi. So we cannot have any numerator and denominator over here, somewhat like irrational number. So we have fractions in a rational number where p and q are the integers, where q is not equal to 0. Okay, so what about the integers? Integers are the same like fractions. We can write like that: fractions p by q, but here usually q is equal to 1. Okay, so integers are the fraction in which the denominator is equal to 1. So now again we can broadly classify integers as positive integers, negative integers. Here we can also like the 0 and positive. So integers can be broadly classified again as two categories over here. One is negative integers and the second one is 0 and positive integers. So here we have a negative integer. So some example over here: minus 3, minus 13, and somewhat minus 1 or 2 like this, and so on. And what about the positive integers and zeros? So we have a whole number over here for the positive integer. So whole numbers will be like this: 0, 1, 2, and up to so on for the infinity. Okay, and now we have special name for these numbers. except 0. If we are going to write the number name for these type of numbers, so we have natural numbers. So excluding 0, all the positive integers are called natural numbers. So the natural number include all the positive integers which starts from the 1 and goes from infinite. Okay, and so we have all the positive integers, negative integers, fractions, terminating, non-terminating, recurring, decimal. So we have all the real numbers over here. Okay, so here all the real numbers are placed over here. So the rational numbers are the numbers which can be expressed as p by q, and irrational numbers are those which cannot be expressed as p by q. Okay, so all the categories are going to like name as one letter. So about what real number is, so we are going to name the real number is r. Okay, so r is given the name for this set. So r is going to represent the real number, but it's not like the same. We have the one letter, the starting letter. And what about rational number? We have named them as q. So q represents the set of rational numbers, and irrational numbers are going to be expressed as q prime. Integers are going to be expressed as z or z, and the whole numbers are going to be represented with w, and natural numbers are going to be expressed with the letter n. Let's summarize this topic with diagram. So here, I'm going to explain this. All the real numbers come here, and the real numbers comprises of the rational number, and irrational number. And in rational number, we have one category is either it is fraction or either it is going to be integers. And in integers, we have two categories. One is whole number, and the second one is, in the whole number, we have another category which is a natural number. So what we have, any square root of any negative number? Is it in the real numbers or not? So no. If negative number comes under the square root, it is going to be a category of the complex number. It is not going to be called as real number. Okay, so any square root of positive number will give you the irrational number. Okay, but any negative quantity under square root will give you a complex number. So it is another category for the number system, and I have already discussed with the previous video. If you are not going to be not have any clear idea, you can go back and watch the previous video. Thank you.